This budget na Shinka budget SO2.
The taste of the pudding is in eating. This taste is tasteless. This whole budget is a bogus and fictitious budget.
I think we should give them an applaud and we should support the budget and ensure that
the debate for sake of the 2019 budget as you dey they carry on tranga one na the well of parliament. Usa member them of parliament from different political party them don't they give different reason them as to why parliament for agree or through this document where the Minister of Finance, Jacob Yusuf Safa, been going at the well of Parliament November 2 this year.
The amount allocated for Ministry of Defense is well justifiable and achievable, considering the fact that on the state opening of Parliament, His Excellency made mention of improving the security agencies. The Ministry of Defense is well justifiable for the
in name na Honorable Afiju Kanja, where they represent constituency 18 na Kenema district, and it been start the ball rolling for Thursday, November 15 debates, and it been first talk about the budget allocation to the Ministry of Defense. Usa say the allocation to this ministry will make them able for carry on with different projects them.
For the construction of 2 projects at Gondama and Wilberforce Barracks, to construct the 4 patrol bases, and when we talk of 4 patrol bases, that is where the soldiers base at the borderline, and the soldiers at the border are there providing border patrols in order to deter smuggling activities. So if the finance minister have allocated this amount to the Ministry of Defense in order to construct houses for our soldiers at the borderline, I appreciate that one.
But Honorable Afiju Kanja carry on for talk about the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs. Usa is say this ministry for get more support.
I am pleading on their behalf to make sure that you cater for them. That is the ministry that has only 1 vehicle with small office space, with old and confused chairs. The budget allocated to some of their agencies is more than the one allocated for the ministry. Like Africa Peer Review, if you look at their budget, right, that is an agency under the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs. I am pleading with your ministry to please cater for that ministry. It is the ministry for the new direction. It is the ministry we depend on to tell the public the activities we have done during the last 7 months, the one we are going to do in 2019 and in 2023.
After we then been spend the rest of the morning hour them out of the well of Parliament and been going to the law court for sake of them company MP them, we been appear in a court for sake of election petition case them. APC MP them been come back in a Parliament for continue with the 2019 budget debates Thursday afternoon. Honorable Aaron Arun Kuruma, they represent constituency 48 under the APC party and even challenged the 21% budget allocation where the Minister of Finance, Jacob Yusuf Safa, put pan the 2019 budget say government don't put at the education sector.
The allocation to education is not 21%. We come to a development expenditure under primary education. It totals 33,700,000. I come to the subvented agencies under the primary education. We have the Teaching Service Commission. When you add up what is going in the form of personnel and non-salary, the 4 billion and that of 1.7 billion, and you add all of those totals, what you would have added to what goes to councils, which is the devolved functions, which is 86,760,000, you will have a total of 1,149,269,618,566 euros.
Honorable Aaron Arun Kuruma been carry on for do the calculation for each result. We make it conclude say the Ministry of Finance not talk true, but the 21% budget allocation to the education sector of the country
is going to be a percentage of this total. What is going to primary and basic education and tertiary education all over the total budget, which I earlier indicated here as stipulated in the Appropriation Act, which is 6.9 billion. When you work that as a percentage, if you say 1,149,218,566 all over 6,940,109,266,100 euros times 100 is equal to 16.6%. So instead of 21%, Mr. Speaker, I will challenge that is equal to 16.6%.
Honorable Aaron Arun Kuruma been member the Minister of Finance, Jacob Yusuf Safa, but some of the promise them where he make inside the 2019 budget, but boss them where he thinks say yuki they inside this boss deal.
As I speak today, The minister said he was going to buy 50 buses at the cost for which he has already paid 12 billion euros. And in procurement, Mr. Speaker, when you make an advance payment at first instance, it represents 30%. So if you have paid 12 billion euros, so the 100% of 12 billion it means is 40 billion euros. So is the minister saying that the cost of a bus is 800 million euros? Is that what the minister is saying? According to the report here, oh yes, it's clear. Are they going to buy air buses or submarine buses? That a bus will cost 800 million? That is misleading. This begs the question, what is the fate of Leoneans? Is the 2019 budget really going to be a realistic budget? No! The taste of the pudding is in eating. This taste is tasteless. So to me, Mr. Speaker, this whole budget is a bogus and fictitious budget.
Honorable Indolo Moiwo Gevao, they represent constituency 3 na Kailaun district under the SLPP party. One of the area them where it been focused na the well-body sector and waiting the budget capture na this area.
It will interest you to know that under this budget, it is intended by this government to bring to this country services that we have never heard of. Go down to paragraph 4 to page 438. It says, improve service delivery at hospital level through establishing cancer and major diagnostic centers, includes endoscopy, MRI, CT scans, and cardiograms, dialysis in 5 regions by establishing stronger partnership. I think we should give them an applaud and we should support the budget and ensure that the economy actually takes footing from the dead economy that this government met.
Honorable Gevao been praised the 2019 budget allocation to the correctional service, but call on the Ministry of Finance for giving scope of quick where Parliament would not agree for the budget.
I am very passionate about the prison services, the correctional services. I will plead with their institution to ensure that their allocations are being received on time so that they have sufficient to feed the prisoners. Because when we go to do oversight and when we raise those issues, we wouldn't want them to say we did not get our allocation to time. So let your institution do their own side of it and leave it to them.
Honorable Abdulai Kamara, they represent constituency 59 na Kambia district under the APC party. He talk about the kind couple where the Minister of Finance give to the office of the Chief Minister as he been compare this to the budget allocation to the Ministry of Sports.
Having gone through this budget, I am sure to say if you take this budget to any plagiarism test, it will not pass. It is a complete photocopy of what they condemn. It's interesting and ironical, Mr. Minister. Interestingly, today, we have 10 billion allocated to the Chief Minister. Let me also bring this to the notice of Sierra Leoneans, more so young people that love sports, that the allocation to the Chief Minister alone is almost equal to that of the Ministry of Sport, having 23 disciplines.
Honorable Abdulai Kamara carry on for talk about how government plan for handle the case if the country in couple not do for all waiting and don't plan for spend when our budget deficits.
This budget na Shinka budget SO2. When I heard this minister analyzing the budget that in the last regime there was deficit and the government had to go to bank to borrow, I thought it was a crime, Mr. Speaker. But in this budget, I realized that the deficits are going to be addressed using bank loans. Why was he deceiving the nation?
Honorable Rebecca Yei Kamara, they represent constituency 29 Nakono district under the C4C party. They been focused on the Ministry of Social Welfare and the couple where the Minister of Finance give to this ministry.
If you go now to the Ministry of Social Welfare, you ask them about how many social workers they have. From what I have here, they only have 49 for the country. Then go to the streets of our different bigger towns, not only Freetown, and see how the children, the women, the young girls are languishing in the streets. And we said that ministry is meant for that. And the ministry is being allocated with just 0.8. It's between 0.8 to 0.9. But when you look at what the workload of the Ministry of Social Welfare is not equal to what has been allocated to them.
Different members of parliament being used them common sense and book sense for either defend or condemn the country in 2019 budgets. But although different MP them being raised different question them, we go directly to the Minister of Finance, Jacob Yusuf Safa, where if I don't answer, as well for defend in budgets and for talk how it don't work for the past months them, it not been done at the well of parliament for do this, but been left this burden to in Deputy Minister Patricia Lavalley People wey dey follow up this budget debates dey wait now for see and hear how the Deputy Minister of Finance go able defend the 2019 budget wey don go through serious quarterdeck na the well of Parliament. The debate for the 2019 budget dey continue na the well of Parliament Monday, November 19 for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mina Abdulai Gbla dey report.